Now you guys let me know down in the comment section below. Are you going with Demon Slayer or are you going with Jujutsu Kaisen?
I think I can do a little bit better than that.
What's up, Triple A Nation? It's your boy. Hey, Alias Anon, and I'm back with another video. So look, today guys, we have a little bit of a different video. It's a response video to Shonen Showdown's anime middle ground, Jujutsu Kaisen versus Demon Slayer. Shout out to Rob, shout out to Anime Sundays, and shout out to everybody else that was a part of it. I think the Hashira podcast was a part of it. I can't remember the other names of the other creators, but shout out to y'all for that video. While I was watching the video, I just decided that there were some things that I wanted to add on and say, but as I am not there, I can't say it, because there were some 2 cents and points I had to jab on, but I couldn't because I wasn't there. But I was looking through my phone while but there's things you're not looking. Yeah, so I just wanted to break that down right now in this response video right here. But before we get into the video, I need to tell you to subscribe to the AAA Nation. We're a platoon trying to grow into an army, and I think you should join. So without further ado, let's hop right into the video.
I believe Demon Slayer is overrated.
So I will say, I don't think Demon Slayer was overrated. I just think when it came out, it just had a lot of hype. It was just a big hype train behind it. But after it was taken away and it was digested for a little bit, everybody take their time to let the hype kind of die down, and you really got, because I'll be very honest, I didn't watch the show until after the hype train kind of passed, because I didn't want that messing with me. And because I wasn't watching, I wasn't following any IG pages with Demon Slayer on it. I just saw like one thing where he did like a little spin and the water blend. I was like, what's going on here? But after I watched it, I was like, no, it deserves it. It deserves the praise it gets. It's good. It has a concise story. Everything's tied together. I heard somebody said it was kind of a generic storyline, which kind of valid. But because it's done in such a beautiful way, animation-wise, and because of how concise the story is, I have no problems with it. I don't think it's overrated. I think it's going to go down as a kind of great anime. So yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Muzan is a better antagonist than Sekuna.
Ooh, Muzan is a better antagonist than Sekuna. Now I'll be very honest. When I first heard this, the immediate response was Dodoy, like, duh, Muzan. He's more fleshed out. You know what I'm saying? He's more fleshed out. We know his goals. But then I kept thinking, and I was like, but is he really, though? Now, before you guys get your underwear in a twist, the reason I was conflicted about this is because I had to think about what I like in an antagonist and what makes me vilify the villain. What makes me really want to hold this villain in angst, or what makes him such a good villain that I'm just like, I like this. So what I decided to look at is the element of fear in both shows and how both characters are feared, but in totally different aspects. And when I look at Muzan, I'll be very honest. Muzan is just an abusive father. I'm being very... No, really. Imagine you as a son, you know what I'm saying? You as a son, your father's like, I'm going to feed you blood, I'm going to feed you this blood, and you better go kill humans. If you're not strong, by the time you get back, you're dead. And your brothers are going to be better than you because they kill better than you. You better listen to me. Imagine that kind of father. And that's why not only do the demons are afraid of him, but obviously the demon slayers have a level of fear of him. And it comes from that abusive father aspect, why the demons are afraid of their own demon king, in a sense. So while the demon slayers are afraid of him because obviously that's a demon, that's the demon of demons, that's the creator of them. The demons themselves are afraid of him because the power that he officially holds above them, because he is their creator, their father, basically in all aspects. He is the reason that all demons are brought to be. Now Sekuna is different. The reason everybody's scared of Sekuna is because Sekuna is just that guy. Like, no. It's because, and the best way I was really thinking about, I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, the difference between Sekuna and Muzan is the creator of all the demons. His power is his own. But cursed energy all comes from it all comes from negative energy abundant in the world. So Sekuna just was so he was just gathering so much of that and so saucy, and became so strong to the point where his fingers, all 20 of them are just like, hey, yo, let me get them fingers. But if Sekuna's around, hey, yo, I don't want no problems. He doesn't have fear because he made them or created them. He's just that guy. And then we talk about why the villains do what they do. And Muzan is doing what he wants to do, because if it's a spoiler, I'm sorry. I guess I should put spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Muzan is doing what he is doing because he wants to be able to walk into the sun. So you did all this for a tan? You did all this for a suntan, my guy? Okay, let me tell you something. As a black man who does not like to get... Bro, I went to Texas one time and I turned into a complete shadow, okay? It's not that impressive.
I'm just joking here. I understand that it's more to why he wants to walk in the sun so he can actually do more demon things. But that joke was too funny for me to pass it up. So yeah, back to the video.
Versus Sekuna, we don't know his aims yet. However, I don't think because we don't know his aims, that means he's not as good as a villain, because Muzan is a little bit more fleshed out and more obvious in his intentions. It's because the lore behind Sekuna and because we don't know his intentions that he's so good. The main reason why I loved Aizen so much is we didn't really know why he was doing what he was doing. We just knew what he was doing. We knew he was taking Orihime. We knew he was taking the Hogyoku. But we didn't know why until basically the end of the series. But Sosuke Aizen is still one of the greatest villains in Shonen. So... It's very torn. I was on the fence, but I chose Sekuna because I'm going to choose a guy who is just that guy because he became that guy versus the creator, the All-Father, the abusive father. It's like, that's kind of ironic because Joe beat Michael and Muzan looks like Michael, so it's like Michael Jackson but with Joe's spirit. That's a messed up joke.
Also in the video, Anime Sunday said having Sekuna inside Itadori is like having Kurama inside of you. Okay, that's a little disrespectful. I think it's more like having Kageyu inside of you, okay? Let's be right. Let's be real, all right?
I believe the animation in Demon Slayer is better than Jujutsu Kaisen.
Duh. Duh.
Cursed energy is a better power system than breathing styles.
I'm also going to say yes to this, mainly because the breath styles themselves is more of a technique rather than a power system. So the power systems themselves, I don't know if I could call it the breathing styles, and I think that was one of the biggest conundrums that I think one of the members of the production had, where they were like, I don't know if I can call the breath style itself a power system. It is how they use their power. It is what is the fundamental roots of their power. So I guess at the end of the day, it is a power because it's cursed energy. But then you have cursed energy and then you have cursed techniques. So like there's cursed energy, which is the basis, but then you have cursed techniques. So I guess the breath style is the basis, like chakra would be in Naruto, or the cursed energy in Jujutsu Kaisen. And then the different types would be the build off. Okay. But yeah, I'd say cursed energy is a better power system for sure.
Jujutsu Kaisen has better music than Demon Slayer.
Ooh, Jujutsu Kaisen has better music than Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer. Jujutsu Kaisen has better music than Demon Slayer. At first, when I heard this, I'll be very honest. When it comes to anime endings and intros, Jujutsu Kaisen washes Demon Slayer. I don't want to hear it. Okay, y'all have Kimetsu no Yaiba, right? Y'all have... Alright, that's good. That's really good. It's a great opening, I'll be honest. It's in my playlist. But throw that to the side, because we got my mans on the train. But what? And then that was only one opening. Then we spun around and hit you with... We had a panda begging his chest. Bro, I don't want to hear it. We mopped the floor at anime intros and openings and endings. So I don't think on that forefront Demon Slayer was holding his own. But then when the music guitarist himself in the production, I forget his name, I think he was part of the Hashira podcast as well, was talking about the OSTs and the background music. I was like, he's right. And the best way I could look at it is My Hero Academia, when Deku saves Eri, or when Endeavor has his moment, those peak kind of moments, that music that is incorporated sticks. That you're not alone. You know, that thing in My Hero sticks. And Demon Slayer had that with the Tanjiro Nezuko versus Rui fight. Alright, you had that, you know, that nice ballad going on while, you know, Tanjiro weaved his way through the strings in order to slice my mans. So I think because Jujutsu Kaisen didn't have that kind of peak moment, in the show, that kind of that level of a battle, those musics, they don't have it really. And I'll be very honest, I've never thought about listening to a Jujutsu Kaisen OST. I've listened to the intros, the openings, and endings multiple times. K-pop at the back, bro, you can't do nothing about it. But when it comes to OSTs, I can be honest, I have studied to Demon Slayer OSTs. Them flutes, boy, them flutes be them hitting. So I'd give it to Demon Slayer in terms of music, because an anime opening and ending can do so much, but when you can infuse it into the show more with OSTs and make something more memorable, just from the background alone, I think Demon Slayer had something very special in that regard.
Jujutsu Kaisen has better female characters than Demon Slayer. Down.
Yes, I don't want to hear it. There's no. I don't even want to speak on this too long. Jujutsu Kaisen has better females, bro. We have Nobara Maki. We have both sides. Oh, bro, I didn't expect to talk this long, but we have both sides of feminism in this show, and it's beautiful. Honestly, I'd say Demon Slayer's level of feminism is in Jujutsu Kaisen's level of feminism, just one half. We have the strong, the strong independent woman in Maki and Nobara versus the submissive docile archetype in Maki's sister and Maki's sister's follower, the little blonde girl, the little witch girl riding on the little broomstick. That kind of level of femininity, you have to look beautiful. You have to do this. You have to do this to be accepted. You have to do this kind of. Versus you have on Nobara's side, hey bro, that's what I want to do. I decide who I want to be. I decide what I want to look like. I decide what's beautiful or not. So that those two levels of femininity within the show battle against each other, literally battle. So bro, Nobara's fight against that little witch broom girl, bro, you can't get better than that. Those two, it was not just a battle between, saying just two girls. It was a battle between two ideals of femininity. And that's something that Demon Slayer doesn't have with its female characters. Because as they said, Nezuko don't even talk like that the whole show. She cold, but she don't even talk. Hey, she be caring for the kids. Nothing wrong with Nezuko, by the way. I'm just saying, there's no way there's not even a lot of female characters in Demon Slayer for sure. And you know what I'm saying, we got everything on JJK, so that's a wash.
The Tanjiro, Inosuke, Zenitsu trio is better than the Itadori, Megumi, and Nobara trio.
Now this question was a phenomenal prompt. And I'll be very honest, it took me a second to really think about it and think about what I looked for in the trio. So first let's start with the Demon Slayer trio. The Demon Slayer trio, we obviously have Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu. Zenitsu being the kind of scary, when awake, scary, pervy character archetype. But, when he falls asleep, we know what happens. Tanjiro being the kind of all-around person, carrying the emotional, the leader, the natural-born leader, strong, dependable in all situations, using their head physically and literally, in all senses of the way. And then we have Inosuke, who's kind of the wild, loose cannon of the group, who's slowly learning how to channel that wildness into something more, more useful. Something more useful and something better for the group as a whole, so that they can actually, work together. Then we have with JJK, Jujutsu Kaisen, we have obviously Megumi, Itadori Yuji, and Nobara. And we have Megumi, who's, everybody's like, oh, it's the Sasuke, which I disagree with. He's had his problems, and he has like a laid-back, chill-back attitude. He has kind of an emo thing to him, but he's not necessarily a Sasuke. But that's me going into a Megumi character dive that I don't want to really get into too much. Then we have Itadori Yuji, who's kind of the brightness of the group. And then we have Nobara, who is the strong female of the group. And the way they mix is very different, So I think they say the best in the video themselves. Like the Jujutsu Kaisen trio is like war buddies who just had to form a team. And they built that bond over time through each battle they've been through. And when somebody loses, it's like losing a soldier. Versus while the other group is like, they're family. They're all family. And, they're brothers. They're literally brothers. And sisterhood with Nezuko in the back. But you feel, well, nope, don't want to say that because I can't say that. But, you know what I'm saying? So it's a different level of connection. But I will say, and in terms of a fight, in terms of cohesive fighting, if we were talking as who's a better team, then I would say the better team would be Jujutsu Kaisen. And I'm also going to say the better trio in all is Jujutsu Kaisen's trio. Mainly because, and I think what sold me on it is the bond and the playfulness between Itadori Yuji and Nobara when Megumi's doing something. That kind of weird connection that they have when they're all looking at Megumi and they start like chirping in the corner. They over here like, hey, look at Megumi. Megumi got a girl, bro. Who this girl that know Megumi cut? You know what I'm saying? They be doing the most. Alright, if you have made it to the end of the video, I think you should go ahead and subscribe, first of all. And second of all, I think you already know who I'm with. Jujutsu Kaisen is a better anime to me than Demon Slayer. Before, you know what I'm saying, I want to get into this a little bit. I think the things that sells me on Jujutsu Kaisen a little bit more is the complexity behind not only the demons, or the cursed demon, you know what I'm saying, the cursed energy demons, whatever you want to call them, but also in the system that bounds the Jujutsu sorcerers. Alright? While in Demon Slayer, all the Demon Slayers are doing this. All the Hashira be fighting, don't matter how old you is, unless you're so old, you train people, alright? So, unless you're 70, you know what I'm saying, unless you were garping One Piece, you're sitting out, alright? So, everybody's on the front lines, we're fighting Muzan, we're killing Muzan. But that's because Muzan is the end-all be-all to the demons. You kill Muzan, no demons get made anymore. It's all over. Because he is the originator of the bloodline, he is the source of it all. So everybody has one goal, is to defeat Muzan, and there's no disputes within the upper tier. There's no discrimination. There's discrimination between demons. There's the discrimination of demons, but that's very well earned. And well deserved. However, in Jujutsu Kaisen, because cursed energy has no original source but humans themselves, they had to put a system in place that lasts forever and that left room for contamination and corruption. And because there's corruption not only in the demon side of things, but in the actual Jujutsu Sorcerer system itself, with the younger people fighting on the front lines and the upper tier, trying to stay the upper tier and let everything stay the same and not change, that level of complexity within the two systems is what makes me drive towards Jujutsu Kaisen more. Is because as a sorcerer, not only you're battling against the cursed energy, the demons themselves, you're battling against the system that you're involved in. And unless you just want to kind of pull anonymity and just accept everything, you know? So that's kind of what sells me more on Jujutsu Kaisen, the Demon Slayer. It's simply because the system that bounds the Jujutsu Sorcerers is so more complex and corrupt, and there's so much more to build off of, because there's no original source except for humans themselves. And as long as humans exist, there will be cursed energy and cursed demons out there. Versus in Demon Slayer, as soon as Muzan's gone, everything's gonna be cool. But they gotta kill Muzan first. So, with that being said, that is the end of the video. I want to say thank you and shout out for Shonen Showdown for making Anime Middle Ground. I really enjoyed it, and it made me think and thought provoke on anime, which is what we like to do in the anime community.
I ended up butchering the outro, so link to the original video in the description. Subscribe to my other channel, Alias and 9, for more personal skits and things about me. Subscribe to this channel, AA Reviews.
Like, comment, share, subscribe. And Alias and 9, out! Genesis.